Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you guys one of my most favorite routes that I like to go running every Saturday. But before I do that, there's a story I heard about a father and a son. The son was pretty young and he really wanted to play with his dad, but his dad was like a scientist and he was doing all this research and trying to finish up a big project. But the son was persistent and he was like, "Dad, I really want to play." So the dad saw a magazine that had the world's map on the back. So he cut it out into a lot of pieces. And then he asked the son, "Hey, you still want to play? How about you make this puzzle for me?" And the son was very excited. He was like, "Yes, I'll do it. I'll make the puzzle." And then the dad was like, "All right, this is going to give him some more time to, do his own thing while I do my own thing." But little to know, a few minutes later, the son says, "Dad, I'm finished. I'm done." And then the dad was shocked because the kid is young and he was like, "Oh my gosh, do I have a genius son? What's going on? How did you fix this so fast?" And then the son said, "Well, Dad, when I tried fixing the world or putting the world together piece by piece, it was very hard. It was so hard that I wanted to give up. But I noticed that when you were cutting out the pieces, on the back there was an image of a man's face. So instead of me trying to fix the world, I started to fix the man. And every time I put one piece at a time, I was finished. And when I turned the picture around, I saw that when I was fixing the man, putting the man together, the world was also coming together." Now, this is a very important lesson because it teaches us that when we focus on fixing ourselves as individuals, we end up fixing the world and change. Rather than saying, "I want to fix the world," we should be saying, "I want to fix myself." Now, every Saturday, as you can see, right now, I'm in the cemetery. And this cemetery is one of my routes that I run every single Saturday. Now, you might be wondering, "Oh man, David is crazy. David is out of his mind." But the thing that motivates me more to change every single day is the terminology or the principles of living backwards. Living a life where I see death as the beginning, death as my point, my focal point. If you've ever read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it talks about the principle of living backwards. Now, think of everything you ever want in life. A lot of us want financial prosperity. A lot of us want fame. A lot of us want to do great big things in the world. But just sit down by yourself one day and start coming up and writing a list of all the things you want to achieve. And then when you're done, think about your funeral. Think about the day that you die. Because every time I come run here, this is when I turn all the music off. This is when I use all of my senses. And there's some tombstones that have a name David on it. And then every time I see a live funeral happening, I picture myself in the casket and I ask myself, man, my body is in that casket. When my mom comes up, what is she gonna say? When my dad comes up, what is he gonna say? When the people in my life come up and speak, what are they gonna say about me? And then that motivates me to change today. It motivates me to live a life that is worth meaning, a life that is worth fulfillment, a life that is worth living, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. A lot of you guys might be wondering why I'm posting videos every week, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. I could have sat there and be like, well, let me wait until X happens and then I'll start doing videos. Or let me wait until I get this and then I'll start. Or let me wait until I get to a certain point in life and then I'll change. But I'm here to tell you guys that when you visit a cemetery, you need to look and see reality, as in tomorrow is not promised. Not everybody in this grave is old. Not everyone in this grave had a life that they wanted to, that they completed everything that they wanted to. Because life is short. Let me stop. But this is a place where a lot of dreams are now in the grave. A lot of if-I's, a lot of one days, a lot of tomorrow I'll start, tomorrow I'll do this, tomorrow I'll do that, rather than saying, what do I need to do today? Because I know tomorrow is not guaranteed. What relationships do I need to make knowing that tomorrow is not guaranteed? So when you make all the lists of the things that you want to accomplish in life, which is great, which is amazing and wonderful, start looking at that list, and then now make a list of everything you want your mom to say at your funeral, everything you want your spouse, your dad, your kids to say at a funeral, and then start living by those principles, because that is what truly matters. That when you die and you're in your grave and you're in your tombstone, you know that I did everything for the people that I love. I did everything for the people that I cared about. Because that's when money and fame and all these big things don't matter, because now your focal point is the grave. Because God says we are like flowers. Today we grow and tomorrow we fade away with the wind. So how will you choose to live your life today with the end in mind? What do you want to accomplish in the next day, in the next week, in the next year that you can start today? Because I guarantee you, sometimes I see people digging up the dirt and preparing a funeral. And I'm here to tell you that that funeral might be yours. I'm telling you, might be the healthiest person. You might be the most wealthiest person, but the funeral still awaits you. The grave still awaits you tomorrow. Not next year, not when you're 90, not when you're 100, but tomorrow or even today. So how are you gonna live your life now, knowing that that day is coming? How are you going to live your life knowing that you don't need to freak out on trying to change the world? Because when you start changing yourself and having the end in mind, then you notice that your whole world will change for the better. So thank you guys for staying in tune with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.